Understanding Nutrition Labels by Tonya Anderson Morgan. When you go grocery shopping, do you read your nutrition labels? They're listed at the back of most products. And if so, what exactly are you looking for? And if you've not done this before, why not? Reading nutrition labels can be very beneficial to bariatric patients. Here are a few things as a patient you need to focus on when reading nutrition labels. Generally speaking, you want protein to be a part of every meal or snack. This is important because it's often difficult to get to your protein needs without planning ahead to ensure that your goal is met by the end of the day. When you are having meat, if you do, it should be lean with less than 10 grams of fat per 3-ounce serving, preferably skinless, as the skin would have a significant amount of fat. Limit the added sugars in your food and drinks to about 7 grams per serving. While many foods have sugars intrinsically already part of the original product, added sugars means that it did not grow with that product. For example, if you were to have juice, 100% juice would have naturally occurring sugars present, but some juices, in addition to the juice that came directly from the fruit, may have additional agave, additional table sugar, additional honey to make that product sweeter. Aim to limit the saturated fat, which is fat at room temperatures from animal sources, to 5 grams per serving. In these cases, less would be better for your health, but it's okay to enjoy an occasional product that has about 5 or even 6 or 7. That would be okay. Limit calories to about 250 kilocalories per serving for protein bars and protein shakes. This is because oftentimes, if the calories are higher than 250, especially over 300, these extra calories are usually coming from added fats and added sugars. Here is a typical nutrition facts label. Many labels do look like this still, and it is an older version. The items circled in red indicates items that you want to have less of, whereas the items in green, more would always be better. As a bariatric patient, we want to pay attention to a few things when reading nutrition labels. The first thing to the top would be the serving size. Some packages have more than one serving inside the package, which means that if there are multiple servings inside the package, the nutrition information would have to be multiplied by the number of servings to get the full nutrition value of the entire package. This can easily be seen in things like potato chips. There are those really small 1-ounce bags that most children may enjoy, but the packages that more adults enjoy tends to be about 3.5 ounces and therefore about 3.5 servings. Next, you will observe the calories, the total fat, and more in particular, saturated fat, sodium or table salt, total carbohydrates. And as if you look over here, you will see that the total carbohydrate includes dietary fiber and sugars. The thing that's missing here would be starches. Added sugars, that number is going to be really important. And last but not least, protein. Now, what specifically do these terms mean? The FDA, or the Food and Drug Association, is responsible for highlighting specific definitions of these terms and managing nutrition labels. The serving size is the intended portion to be enjoyed. Does this mean you cannot have more than one serving? Absolutely not. We do not expect The Rock, Dwayne Johnson, to enjoy the same amount of food as someone as petite as Betty White. May she rest in peace. Calories describe the amount of energy per serving, similar to gas in a car. Carbohydrates are a macronutrient, meaning we need this in large amounts, and it includes starch, fiber, and all sugars. It does not matter what type of sugar it is, it still counts as a carbohydrate. Added sugars are processed sugars that was added to the original product, similar to in juice or even dehydrated fruit. While there may be sugar in the fruit already, sometimes additional sugar is put to change the taste of a product. And then we have sodium, otherwise more familiarly known as salt. So persons who have hypertension or high blood pressure, this will be a little more important to you. It's put here because many patients who are proceeding through bariatric surgery may be managing their hypertension and also maybe dealing with fluid retention. And that fluid retention becomes easier if you're having a lot of salt in your food. Percent daily values represents the contribution of a nutrient compared to how much we need. And on a label, this is usually based on someone that may need about 2,000 calories per day. This does not necessarily reflect a percentage of how much you as an individual need. This value is very general, similar to Serena Williams. Her daily values are going to be very, very different from any person in the bariatric program. Let's have a look at this more updated nutrition fact label. This product says the first thing we're looking at is the serving size. We have 8 servings per container. However, the nutrition information will be provided for only 1 serving. If you were to eat the entire container, how much calories would you consume? 230 multiplied by 8. Let me do that math. Multiplied by 8, and we would have 1,840 calories. For most people, that's about average. Based on your activity, it could be less, but that's how much calories you would consume if you were to eat this entire package. Then we're looking at the calorie information, approximately 230 calories. That's just beneath the 250 gauge we were kind of looking for, but keep in mind that gauge was meant for protein shakes and protein bars. This is not necessarily meant for an entire meal, especially if you had not had surgery already, then that might almost be a snack for most people. Third, we have the nutrient amount. So there are certain nutrients we're paying more attention to. The total fat is 8, but we are more concerned with the saturated fat. And the saturated fat is 1, which is less than 5, and it is a go. Over here, the percent daily values. While we want to understand what they mean, we're not going to take them too personally. But they can help us gauge how far we've come in terms of meeting certain nutrient needs. So if you would like to track how much fiber you're getting in your diet, most women need anywhere from 20 to 25 grams a day. Most men need anywhere from 25 to 30 grams a day. So if you'd like to track how your fiber is doing, you can do that here. So this 14% is an average of what someone needing 2,000 calories per day might need. Moving on to sugars, as you can see in this newer label, we have total sugars, 12 grams, and then indented we have includes 10 grams of added sugars. Now, the reason why this 20% is here, and if I wanted to find out what 100% of sugars might look like, 20 times 5 gives me 100, so I can take 10 times 5 gives me 50. It's been sort of established that the average added sugar tolerance for most adults is about 50 grams and shouldn't be consumed in too high amounts past that. So most adults should try to limit their added sugar, and 50 grams is just a number to help us gauge how much we're having day to day. The same thing applies here. If you're a triathlete, you would have much more grace with your added sugar than someone who's trying to manage their weight. Last but not least, protein. This product has about 3 grams. If I were to have this product alone as a meal, it would be a low protein item for a bariatric patient, since we usually have increased protein needs, especially after surgery. And unless you have specific micronutrient deficiencies, you don't really need to spend too much time beneath here. Once you've had surgery, you will be supplementing all of the micronutrients you need: iron, potassium, D. These are listed here because it has been found that most Americans are deficient, or many Americans are deficient in these particular nutrients, and that's why they are here. Now let's try this short exercise and see what you've learned and how you can apply it to other items. Moving forward, you will be reading every single nutrition label when you're doing your regular grocery shopping. If you're on vacation, you can if you want to. It does not need to be a new obsession. This is meant to inform you to make healthy choices. So let's look at this box of Special K cereal. I feel like Special K is a very popular brand. Maybe you've tried it, but maybe you've seen it in the grocery if you hadn't tried it. I particularly like this one. It's really nice and sweet. The strawberries are dehydrated. It tastes great, and some people can eat it dry as a snack, including myself. So let's look at this label. What do you look for? And I want you to pause the video and give yourself a moment to evaluate this, and you decide. What are you looking for? Do you have any other health concerns aside from being a bariatric patient? Is this product your only option in the moment? How can you make this product work for you? How often might you have this product or something similar? So these are just some of the questions you would ask yourself while you're reading the nutrition label, and if it's something you can include as a regular part of your pantry and in your diet, especially once you've had surgery. The quick things that stand out to me is a serving size is about a cup. Would that be satisfying for me? As a bariatric patient, it may be. For me as a non-patient, may not be. So you can ask yourself those questions. The saturated fat is 0, and we're looking at the 1 cup of cereal with milk because I don't plan to have it by itself. So I can look at, I'm glad that they provided both options with and without milk. The sodium is about 14%, 320 grams. So it's okay sodium. It's not low, it's not high, it's okay. Total carbohydrate, 43 grams with milk. That's fair for a full meal. If you're a person with diabetes, you may have different considerations. Dietary fiber is 3, 10%, kind of low, but it's okay. Includes added sugars. We have 10 grams of added sugars, and we're trying to aim for 7 or less. So this would be a high sugar item for a bariatric patient. And then the protein with milk would be 9 grams. Without milk, it's only 3. So the product by itself is fairly low protein. While you work on your nutrition label reading skills, here are some things to keep in mind. Life is not perfect, and neither is all meals. Every single meal, product, snack does not have to fall precisely on the mark. You are a work in progress, so keep at it daily. Just keep pushing. It'll become second nature before you know it, but only when you've laid down that groundwork. Do your best each day, and you will meet 80% of healthful choices in due time. Preparation is key. It's either we plan to succeed, and if we fail to plan, well, we're kind of planning to fail. Make healthy chews available so that you can make good choices. Less is not always more, especially with calorie restriction. No need to check your calories, and don't rush the process. Rome wasn't built in a day. We don't want to get bikini bodies overnight. enjoy the body you have now and just take life one step at a time. Be patient with yourself. You will get there. Keep up the great work.